Hello and welcome to Dice Shrapnel. My name's Jimmy. I'm going to be the regular game master for this group of miscreants. Hope you enjoy.
My name's Brett. I play Joshua Johnson. He is a 31-year-old white male who's approximately 5'10" and has a medium build with blonde hair and blue eyes. Brown hair, and blue eyes.
Hi, my name is Jake. I play the character Thomas Kahn. He's a mid-30s Vietnam vet, ham radio operator, substitute school teacher, kind of pudgy, somewhat smart, kind of geekish, nerdish, and tends to put things in his mouth a lot.
My name is Daryl. I play Ross Thibodeau. I'm 5'6", 240 pounds. I've got red shoulder-length hair with green eyes. I'm a white guy, 26 years old, kind of tending towards the gut.
I'm Mark. I play Trevor Smith. Appear to be a middle-aged white guy, dark black hair, wears glasses, little heavy set, kind of nerdish. There you go.
My name is Danny. My character is Gwendolyn Mitchell, who also goes by Gwen. She's a fiery redhead with freckles all over her face and gray eyes. She has a similar build to myself, 5 foot, 110 pounds, and she is an author.
Hi, I'm Terry, and I'm an engineer for Texas Instruments. I live with my wife Kristen in Dallas, Texas, and I'm originally from up north, but then I went to Vietnam in the service for a while, and I came back and resettled here, where I've lived happily and successfully with my wife.
Beginning October 31st, 1984 through November 3rd, 1984, the 1984 Sikh Massacre, a collection of anti-Sikh riots and pogroms, occurred in India following the assassination of Indira Gandhi. January 6, 1985, Robert W. Welch Jr., American businessman who founded the conservative John Birch Society, dies at 85. January 12, 1985, Blue Devil, issue number 18, was on the stands featuring James Jesse, a.k.a. The Trickster. That brings us to today, January 12th, 1985, which would, I guess, be the following day?
What?
No, this would actually still be that same day, because the events of the 11th is what happened or 11th into the 12th was what happened at the American Auto Association.
Okay.
So we are picking up roughly where we left off. People had a little bit of time to go back home and or deal with other personal issues. Daryl Ross had the opportunity to go back to his place to check out, see if there were any other issues that had occurred.
Right.
Were you going to do a check?
I was going to do a check.
Okay, go ahead and give me an electronics op roll. And we will do the same for Terry.
Yeah, I did 10, and I have electronics op at 12.
Okay. You find no electronic listening devices whatsoever in your home.
15, made it.
Nice. You also find that there are no electronic listening devices in your home.
Yeah.
You were at home. You've got fingerprints off of the one. There were some things that people had to assess. You were still there with her. What were you planning on doing in?
While she's working on the finger,
Mhm.
I'm going to go ahead and do a surveillance check.
See if anybody is.
See if
See if
there
there's
was
anything
something
there.
that was there before
Okay.
the quote-unquote
The
attempt to
initial.
break in.
Okay.
See if
Go from
there's
there.
listening
Okay.
devices.
All right.
You're doing
Go ahead and give me an electronics op roll.
right on it.
Right. You have determined that the house is free of bugs.
Okay.
Okay, you have taken fingerprints. You guys had some ideas about where to go from here, if from nothing else than inspiration that was divined at the end of the last gaming session. So, who wants to get this ball rolling?
Okay, so I'm going to call the scientist first to see if he's at home.
Calling Mr. Smith.
Yes.
You get an answering machine.
Hey, Mr. Smith. If you get a chance, call me back. This is Gwen. I have another thing I'd like to show you in your lab when you have the chance. And then hang up.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna call him first because I know he trusts me fair
Ish.
enough.
Yeah.
He knows me better.
Kinda.
And he's been to your home. He's
Yes. I'm
Yeah,
gonna
yeah.
call him first and well, actually, you know who you saw in the pictures? Do you know how we can figure out where one of them is since the mayor has yet to tell us where to find his son?
Well, I knew the general area that I saw him last in.
Okay, do you know a way that we can find him?
Look up his police record to see if he has a known address.
Okay, and in my mind, he works with first aid, so he interacts with police, so he might have a known associate that we could contact.
might have a contact.
So
Yep.
I am
Yeah.
gonna call him.
I just happen to have police as a contact.
Yes, he does. Okay, so you're going to give him a call. What are you having him come over, or are you going to?
I'm going to see if
What exactly?
he. Okay, I'm
So-
calling.
So,
Okay.
ring, 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 ring. Hello. Hello.
Hey Ross,
¿Cómo está? Bien, gracias, usted.
Ross. Okay, we have a hunch that we want to chase towards those people in the pictures.
Okay.
Would you be able to pick up our other friend and bring him over so we can discuss it all face to face? Because I have no idea where you guys are at because you guys left.
I'm in my house. Give, what's his name again?
Terry.
Terry a call and tell him I'll be over to pick him up as
Okay.
well.
So you're going to head over and pick up Terry and
Yeah.
then come here to my place? So we can...
Yep, that's
Okay.
what I'm going to do.
Sounds good.
Okay.
I am going to do exactly what I said. I'm going to go over there
Okay.
and
So-
say, hey, Terry.
Whether she's gotten the phone call in yet or not.
Yeah, well, no, I'm going to wait a
I'm going
while.
to ring Terry.
Hello.
Hi Terry, it's Gwen. Just wanted to let you know Ross is on his way to pick you up.
What
because
for?
we're gonna see if we can contact people from those photos that we saw. We may have a way. I want to follow a hunch and see if we can contact them. And
Got it.
figure it's better for all face to face talking about it.
Got it.
Okay, he'll be over shortly.
Thanks.
I'm going to be over shortly.
Yeah, he'll be over shortly.
What's the status on Terry's car? Is it repaired yet?
No, it's still in the shop. The shop said that has told you. He wouldn't know this yet. You have been told by the shop that it was dropped off at, by way of answering machine message, that you're likely going to have to wait until 2 weeks, give or take. They're waiting on parts, and they're having to straighten out some issues with the alignment that got seriously knocked out when you went into the
Understandable.
ditch.
The Black Token did that. Remember,
Yes,
I am aware.
she is very well aware.
I'm just saying.
Okay. It's about 20 minutes before he ends up going to pick you up.
I'm gonna wait for him out front.
I'm going to let him drive my car.
No.
But he's waiting out front when you show up.
Okay, I'll just pull up and say, get in, we're going to do some stuff.
Okay.
Okay. Doesn't take long. It's about another 20-minute drive to get to her place. Where do you waiting for them, or are you waiting for them to, knock on the door? Is the door locked?
Door's locked. I'm waiting on them because of that break-in.
Okay, so knock at the door.
Yeah.
Okay, I unlock it after seeing this then.
Yep. I'm gonna say it's us
Okay.
or them in that case.
Okay, do me a favor. Give me an IQ check. You've got a bonus of 2 on your roll.
What?
I ate that one all to hell. Yeah. I got a 9 and I got a 13 IQ.
Okay,
So that's passed.
that's definitely passed.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
There's something magical going on in this house. You know
Okay.
it. You feel it. You can feel something going on, and it's coming from the next room over.
I'll say, hold on.
Which room is it? Out of curiosity.
You'll find out here in a minute.
Okay.
I'm gonna walk over and see if I can get a better pinpoint.
You're walking into this room. He immediately heads to the room where you were working on fingerprinting.
What you doing with the finger?
The finger, before you even touch it, ignites in flame and disintegrates effectively. There is a big pile of scorch. I'll take the black off the back.
Nice.
Well, feces.
No!
You got prints.
Is there anything I can divine from the scorch?
This was latent magical energy. Whatever caused the
Okay.
body to be destroyed, it was delayed in getting to the finger, but it was obviously magic.
Did we have photographs of it before we went up?
I don't think we took pictures.
Nobody taking photos yet. All you had done is show it off, show it around. The ring is still intact, however,
Okay.
so you still have the ring to work with.
And we've got a fingerprint.
Any
the
inscriptions
fingerprint.
on
The other
the
thing
ring?
I wanted to do, Mark's not here for me to do it through.
No inscriptions on the ring.
No inscriptions on the ring.
Wait, and we had traced
So you
the ring back to the.
We have traced them back to...
propaganda, Dewey.
Yeah, okay, the Italian people. Okay,
Yes.
yeah, the anti.
Yeah.
I got them written here somewhere.
And I'm going to tell them what went on. I
Yeah,
felt like the energy or the magical energy just found the body part. You know, it wasn't magical all the way.
So you're saying that when you walked in, you could feel there was something about to happen or something going on?
Yeah, I could feel the magical energy.
Crazy question. Could you feel anything as you were walking into the house, around the house?
Tell you the truth? No, not really.
So it wasn't
This is
something
the
that
first
was
time-
remotely done.
This is the first time it's ever really happened to me.
Okay.
But no, it's the first it's
Okay.
really happened. I mean, do
I
I,
didn't
feel
know if
anything
it was something
else?
that could be triggered from like somebody else.
Now, is it something that
Nearby.
can be triggered?
Now, what can something be triggered? What exactly are you asking about this?
The magical energy, can I feel?
The finger getting torched.
Yeah,
could be-
Okay, so your experience with magic, you can sense when magic is actually active in the area.
Right. But
So if a wizard or somebody who has an ability to cast magic is using it,
I'll feel that.
You'll feel it.
okay.
That's,
And
that's kind of what I was asking.
sometimes if there's enough latent energy that's building up towards a culmination of a spell,
Right.
that slow burn, you might be able to feel it.
Okay.
Same thing with
So there's your answer.
with
So-
like a difference in mana levels in the
Right.
environment. You'd be able to possibly tell if something is changing with regards to the mana levels.
Right.
You'll also be able to identify things as specifically being magical themselves. So
Okay,
the
got it.
figure itself wasn't magical. It's just that slow burn energy
The energy
hit.
coming into
Kind of
it.
like a time delay.
So
Yeah.
so
The energy coming
The
into
delay
it.
was probably
could
from
feel.
you
Yes.
hacking it off.
huh?
Okay.
The delay was probably from you separating it
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
it just
that's-
catching up.
Yeah, it's just catching up with it, and that's what I'll explain. It's just like the energy was catching up with it, and there you go.
Well, that goes my plans with the scientist.
It's a damn black token.
Oh, we still have the prints, right?
Yes, we have the prints. I got that before it happened. But I was gonna do some analysis on the skin and the latex and all that stuff.
Looking at the print,
So
is
much
there
for
anything
giving
special
Doc the
about the
finger.
prints? Is there
Okay.
anything special about the prints?
Do you have
I haven't ran them through the system yet.
No, what I'm saying magically.
No, there's
There's
nothing magical about the finger, the prints. It was purely the fact that it was going up
It
in
was
flames.
going up in flames.
So, Ross.
Speaking of,
Yes.
when it went up in flames, there is fire then. There's a small fire there.
No, there's
Yeah.
put out fire there.
Okay, you're putting out
Yeah.
the fire. Ah!
I'm also looking at the chart. Is there anything special about it?
How are you putting the fire out? Okay, you're just gonna beat the crap out of it
I'm
until
just-
it's extinguished.
Smother.
It
Yeah.
is my
No, you're not a
main-
firefighter.
No, it is my main field as far as magic.
Well, that's why I was asking.
Fire.
Are you going to make a magic roll in order to put it out?
I can. I
Okay.
mean,
He's a fire basher.
So it's a case of yeah.
and I made it by 6 actually.
Okay, so your control flame
Yeah.
puts it out.
Okay. Good.
That's
Thank you.
what I was looking at as far as how you were doing it.
And there's not a lot of
So
smoke.
if
It
you
just
use water and
goes out.
slush stuff around.
Okay, so
no, you don't slash water.
in that sense, Ross,
Yeah.
you can help me with my hunch a little bit.
Okay.
You are a medic, correct? And you deal with police force, correct?
Yeah.
Do you know anyone in the police force that we could give this print to run a scan, for one? And two, do you know if we can find a certain arrest record from the person that's in the picture, because he knows the date and location that this person was arrested?
Are prints electronic at this point, or do they still got to go to the FBI and the FBI?
They still
Well,
they go
FBI.
Probably
through.
have to
Well,
go through
that's-
a
They
card
still
that
go
got a
through
system.
KBI though.
Yeah.
KBI is just
Okay.
a
They
fledgling.
still have they have a system where
Well,
they match types of print. and
Texas,
types of-
though.
Yeah, it's called Spider.
Per kilowatt.
Yeah. At this point, the fingerprint system has set up so that you can have a series of letters and or numbers in order to indicate what the spirals are
Yeah,
and where they
so they
set,
locate it.
so that they can locate it. So you can take that and run but that's going to be compared against several that have similar loops, swirls, and
Right.
lines, and that takes a long time. Right around the same time that this is set, you still had to do an FBI check in order
Right.
to get a print run effectively, sort of like in the movie Seven. Okay, this they had to wait like 2 days in order to get the print back at
Yeah.
that point.
Well, I'm just asking if you have
yeah,
any
In
they-
contacts.
1985, you're going to have to wait even longer in order to be able to get a full listing from FBI. Now, if you're just looking at local police records, there's a card catalog effectively of anybody who's been arrested or been fingerprinted in the area.
It's like an index
That-
card.
that
had
would be
a couple of
Spider.
fingerprints on it.
Yeah.
They
To
fingerprinted
go.
all the kids back then too. Remember the whole missing?
Yeah,
thing?
that
all,
was-
all
yeah.
of us got
It was
fingerprinted,
around the atom.
and they give your
Yeah.
mom one, and they keep one. Your mom would take one.
Yeah, that was right around 83 to 84, if I remember right.
Yeah, they don't do that.
Well,
And it had to be late 90s whenever NCIC was even
Yeah.
yeah.
Well,
thought of.
actually, NCIC technically was the first
No.
arrest from it was 1979.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't realize it was that.
Yeah, that was the very first time that somebody was arrested based off of an NCIC hit. It was someone in Oklahoma that was arrested for a crime that they committed in like Arkansas.
Leave it to someone who still has their NCIC kit. Hey, I used to have one, dang it.
Right.
So, Ross, would you happen to have a contact in the police that we could ask these things
I
about?
should. I mean,
Well, as far as your character goes, you had a contact that was police.
Yeah.
Actually, so we would end up making a roll to see whether or not you have a good reaction.
yeah, I made it by 3.
Okay, it's not a what did you roll?
5, 9.
Okay. Let's see. Your contact had a specific number that was
12.
12?
12 or less. It says contacts.
Okay.
It says usually reliable.
Okay. Okay, you paid for the extra reliability factor. Okay.
Yeah.
In that case, yeah, the 12 will work. All right. So, you're going to give him a call.
Yep, I'm going to
And
give
see
him a
what
call.
he's willing and able to do for you.
Okay.
Okay. And that being said, now I'm going to go ahead and get the reaction roll, which is...
I'm writing down the stuff that I want him to talk about so he doesn't just talk for too long.
Send me a cue card.
Okay.
Yeah, I like
So-
the addition of contacts later on in GURPS. They didn't have it initially in
So-
the first run.
I'm gonna ask him what date and where was he arrested at, so I can write it down before he calls the person, so we can go ahead and get that information
It
going.
was on the date of blah blah blah, and it was at such and such school.
Yeah.
School.
And using her cue card, that's what I will talk to my contact about, you know.
Trying to find out anybody who was arrested at a grade school for disturbing the peace or something of that nature on this
Right.
date.
Right.
Okay.
And I've got a fingerprint I'd like to run.
What?
A scan of a fingerprint,
You have a fingerprint that you want run.
if you can.
It wasn't a scam back then.
Yeah, it would have been a scan.
Okay, you know what I mean.
But yeah.
It was being an impression.
I can use some downtime and try to track it down on the cards.
No, that would be great.
It's definitely going to be, a while before I can get an actual result. What the hell is going on that you need a fingerprint checked?
Well, let's just say I'm doing some private investigating for a person and would really, really love your help.
You know that means that we're going out for dinner and you're paying for the everything, right?
Yeah, I will pay
I-
for dinner and drinks.
And you know my wife is not cheap at date when it comes to this.
Okay, so I'm dating you and your wife?
You're just paying for it.
Right. Hey, I will definitely do that.
Okay.
That sounds like a deal to me.
All right. There's a new steak place that we've been dying to try.
Right. I know there is. And I've probably been dying to try it too.
Yeah.
I just haven't come off with it.
Because it's expensive. Yeah.
Because it's expensive and it really got expensive.
And introduction.
And I'm going to tell her, it's really going to be expensive.
Okay.
Where's her sister?
Did
in all
he?
She went over to a friend's.
My sister went to a friend's house to spend a few nights until things calmed down a little.
At least that's what she thinks.
Right.
That's why I'm under the assumption, though I did state that I was going to call that house 2 times a day.
Yes.
2 times a day.
I am going to go look what's in her refrigerator.
In her refrigerator?
Her refrigerator.
Okay.
Oh, so he's going to see
He's checking to
my
see what you got in the
leftovers
fridge.
and take out.
Yep. Leftovers, takeout. Lots of.
Why is the rice crawling away?
Right.
I'm not a healthy eater. My character's not a healthy eater.
You know, that being said,
Lots of fast food leftovers.
Okay.
Some condiments.
Anything to drink, like Tang or anything?
It would not be alcohol, it would be water or...
Tang is an alcohol.
Tang is...
What is Tang?
Tang is like high C.
Is orange Kool-Aid.
It was this
basically.
orange.
Yeah.
It was this orange
Ew.
stuff.
Yeah, orange
Ew.
drink.
It was it was the space shuttle stuff.
She probably had
Yeah.
more Pepsi or something
The
like
astronauts
that.
drink it. I'm gonna
Tang
get a glass
is
of
the bomb.
Pepsi.
Okay.
Hey, pour me
Have you
one
ever
too.
had Gatorade from the powder form and you had to mix it up? Tang was the same thing.
Yeah, but it was
Yeah.
specifically
It was
orange. Yeah.
Only.
Yeah, but it was good.
Okay.
Tang was
So,
the bomb.
I'm going to ask Ross if the person found at least the person from the picture, or if he's looking into it.
He's looking into it.
He's looking into it.
When
Okay.
you mix Tang's
I haven't
ice
even
water,
delivered
it's
the
not
pictures
washed
too.
out.
Yeah.
No, you had the date and the disturbance outside of a school.
Yeah, I had that.
We're not showing him the picture.
Okay, that's fine. I'm just going to.
Hey, by the way, this is why we want you to look into it.
Right.
What the hell are you into, dude? No.
You would bring
No.
like the
No.
container in and then bring something that's
Okay.
already pre-made.
So now that we got that started, what else can we?
Okay. Got it started. It's going to take a while before he gets any results.
Yep.
Did you tell him to call back here, or is he going to call back your place, or what is he going to do?
He's probably just going to call back to my place.
Okay. Well, in that case, is there any research things any of you guys are wanting to do to pass time until we go over to his place?
Yeah.
I'm just researching your
Hey.
leftovers.
Does she have any sandwiches from fast food places that are still wrapped in foil?
Does she?
You can make a percentage roll or something.
Yes.
Okay.
I want to make a hat.
There you go.
Aluminum hat, remember?
You can have the foil. I'll take the sandwich.
Okay.
And I'm just going to drink my Pepsi.
So,
Choice lineage.
a few minutes later, you come back, and he's wearing a pirate hat made out of a Big Mac wrapper.
And he's eating the Big Mac
Yeah.
and drinking a Pepsi. And I'm drinking a Pepsi.
Well, okay.
Hey,
So-
just relax. We got this.
While you guys are here, I guess I'll tell you what I found out about the aliens, and then I'm gonna write my book and tell you guys figure out what we're doing next.
Aliens.
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 So, JJ and I did research, and we figured out that the Greys are aliens that are in the U.S., and then the ones that we were seeing are more Middle Eastern Egypt type, which are the lizard, and they like more of the warm, damp weather, so the bathhouse makes sense with that, for one. And what was the other thing that we had learned? We didn't learn a lot about them. Just little details like that. Right? Yeah. And then we did... The closest thing I could find to information that we could research is a mini TV series called Event V, which was a 2-part...
Just called V.
Oh, V. Oh, it was a televised event.
Yeah.
V. It was 2 parts. It was aired about 2 years ago.
Oh yeah, I remember it.
Oh yeah, I've seen it. There's a couple of good-looking women on that until they turned out to be lizards.
That
Yeah,
was the
I'm
extent I
so-
could find on the aliens and the
Not going there.
chat channels I was looking through.
To be honest, some of them were still good-looking after you found out they were lizards, but that's just me.
Well, and then
Okay, then.
we looked up the person that was on the van. Was it? No. The car registration.
Yes.
Walter Smith. There were 7 Walter Smiths in the phone book, so it took a minute. But none of them matched the address that was on the registration. So then when we called up to see the address, we found out it was owned by the city and it was underdeveloped or undeveloped. It was outside of town, a total of 3 acres, and its P.O. box is in California.
Right.
And that's what we found out from the Walter Smith.
Do we know if that property that the city owns is fenced in or if it's just complete vacant?
I don't know if it's fenced in. I know it's for sale.
I'm guessing not enough time has elapsed for our phone number in the bookstore to have any results.
Bless you. Nothing from the bookstore. However, the phone does ring. Your phone is ringing.
I'm gonna answer my phone because I don't trust them to.
We're all going to do that. We're all going to huddle around it.
Yeah. We'll go on the speakerphone.
So, answer.
Yes, I'm trying to reach a Rusty Shackelford.
A Rusty Shackelford? I'm his sister. Can I take a message?
This is Thomas Allen.
Thomas Allen?
Thomas Allen, yeah. I was calling back. There was an interest in looking at some properties. Mr. Shackelford was looking at getting a comprehensive listing.
Comprehensive. Oh, okay.
I was hoping to set up a time that the two of us could meet so that we could discuss what properties are available in the Dallas-Fort Worth area.
Okay, can I have your phone number and then I can ask him and he can call you back?
Certainly. And he gives you a phone number.
Okay. And then I will call you back as soon as I find out. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. Appreciate your time.
Yeah, bye.
Okay.
Okay, what the heck?
So, Rusty may have given out your phone number.
Who's Rusty?
That's not important right now.
That is to me. Who's Rusty?
You don't have time.
Because if they look me up and look up that phone number in the phone book, they're gonna find my name.
Doing a reverse lookup at this time is near impossible.
Yeah.
In the phone book.
Right. So
Okay.
if you tried to do it by phone number,
It would take forever.
Ever.
yeah.
And they didn't really have a whole lot of reverse phone books.
I mean, if you really wanted to, you could, but it'd take a long time, especially with the Dallas-Fort Worth.
And if
You,
you got
you
line,
wouldn't do it by phone book. You would call the reverse directory phone line.
Yeah.
And to charge you like $5 to your phone bill.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
you think this company wouldn't potentially do it if
No,
it's
because we're
conspiracy
just
stuff?
potential customers looking into properties because we might open a business in the area.
Yeah.
Rusty might open a business in the area.
Which one of you was Rusty? He wasn't there.
Who was with? It was him. Oh, it was him. Sorry, I'm gonna point at Daryl.
Why?
I feel like Rusty. I'm just a name he gave.
Okay.
Rusty is just the name he gave.
So this is from when we went and investigated Stuart
Brand.
Brand. We looked up and found a business with his name, and
Okay.
it
Right.
happens to be in the same building as this real
What's
estate
the
company.
name of this business?
Because
Because this is
I
information that's
wrote
not
it
in my
down.
notes.
It's on my other notes from last game. I don't have.
You
it
didn't
with
write
me.
it out there?
No,
I don't think so.
we did.
I don't think you did.
But we did. We went to the business. Me and Daryl did, and we didn't do much. All we did was go in, take a quick
I
look at
see
our.
shorthanded. That was something that you
That
had
was
stated.
from that. And when we were in there talking to the secretary, her shorthand was in a weird script
Shorthanded root script. Okay.
that we couldn't identify. Neither of us recognized what it
Yeah.
was. But we couldn't see beyond her. It was like kind of office spaces behind
Okay.
the door.
Well, how do we want to chase this possible thing? I know I'd rather deal with the photos and everything, but clearly that we have time to pass while trying to figure out that. So, is Rusty wanting to make a meeting?
Is this place selling the land that's
That the
for
city
sale?
owns.
We want to ask them if they have the 442 West 86?
Yes.
Or not. That's the one that's in Cali, isn't it? Or is that the one that's here?
That's the one that's actually here.
Okay.
Why don't we
And
see
the
if they're
P.O. box is
representing?
in Cali, right?
Yes.
Let's see if they're representing that property.
Yeah.
And if so, we can ask them why the P.O. box is in Cali.
No,
That would
no.
give it that. I think that.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
Because
that's
that
true.
will tell them that we've
Yeah.
done a lot.
But we can go and look at the property
And then we can ask them where the P.O. box is while we're there.
We could go with the agent because they always take you in their car, and we get a chance to kind of look around,
That's what
Yeah.
I was
see if
saying.
it smells like a lizard.
Look and see if there's
Okay.
like
So
True.
trap doors where they could crawl into the
Problem
ground.
with that. would they think it was weird if 4 of us show up if they just
No, I
Well,
don't.
if
I
we're
don't think so.
investors.
No, yeah. If you're investors looking for property,
Do you want to be Rusty or do you want me to be Rusty?
You can be Rusty. I'll just. No, you better let me be Rusty.
Okay.
You gave her.
so.
You did that.
That's Rusty's sister.
You did that. I mean,
Now I'm.
I did that.
you
Okay.
did that.
Okay then.
So now
I did that.
you be
No,
Rusty.
no.
I'll be the Lil Cam.
Okay, Rusty, what's your last name?
Shackelford.
Shackelford,
Shackelford. Okay. So
I think.
so that way
Wasn't it
I don't.
Shackelford?
So that
Rusty
way-
Shackelford.
Yeah, it was Rusty Shackelford.
Great.
You know what that's from, right? King of the Hill.
Yes.
Dale, that's
Yes.
his. When everybody he's got his fake ID. Rusty Shackelford.
I'm trying to figure out if I need to do it fake
Guns
name or
don't
not.
kill people. The government does.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Okay, are we all doing fake names or is it just you two?
Yeah, I'm gonna be Ted
No,
Nugent.
just me. Are you going to be Ted Nugent? Okay, that's Ted Nugent.
Well, I'm just
Okay.
trying to figure
That's
out
Red
because
Fever.
I don't want to confuse myself with lies and
At
then make
this
it
point,
so that way
Ted
I.
Nugent
And his name is Luke.
Yeah, he would. That was.
is popular.
Yeah, that's
Hey,
true.
and his name is Luke Skywalker.
I'll be Roy Orbison.
Okay, so.
Once again, he's pretty famous. And
Popular right then.
I do want to make sure we keep track because we start spiraling in the lie. They're gonna make us.
no, just allow me, okay?
Well, if they ask for other names, I'm trying to figure out if anyone's lying, so I
So,
know what
I'm
not to call
gonna
someone.
tell him you're Gwen.
I'm gonna
Okay.
be Ben.
Shackelford.
My new name is Ben Affleck.
Okay, teenager at this time period.
Yeah.
Rusty, Ben.
Give me a second. I'll think of something.
Dude, doesn't make
I
it
could
now.
be Ben Dover.
No.
No, he was really popular back then.
Right.
Marty McFly.
No.
No.
It's still the same time period.
Back to the Future is very popular then.
I know.
You know, that being said, why don't you just call yourself Bill?
What was that one kid from, what was that TV series? It was a black and white Beaver. It was the Beaver family or something.
Yeah.
It
Beaver
wasn't the
flavor?
Beaver family. Beaver was what the nickname was for
Okay.
the
Wally
kid.
was the brother. What was
Yeah,
Yeah.
Wally was the brother.
that? Ward and June.
the Cleavers.
Cleaver.
Ward and Jude.
Ward and
Cleaver.
June, Wally.
I'll be Wally Cleaver.
What was the
Because
Bee's
that-
real name?
That
I
was
don't
a few years
remember.
prior, so that would.
Breaking the 80s.
That was black and white.
That was black and white, but
Yeah, it was black
but
and
it was
white.
in syndication back then too. So
Okay, yeah, that's not.
Well, I was trying to help, but
I'm just saying.
Just pick something like Jason Statham or something. I don't know.
do a very common name that there's like 7 of in the thing.
Bob Smith.
There.
Yeah, Robert Smith. Just call me Bob.
I spelled it backwards.
B-O-B. I'm sorry, I spelled it backwards. B-O-B. Yes. Okay.
And the Leave
That
It to Beaver
too.
show.
Theodore.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, Theodore Cleaver.
Okay.
I'll be Wally.
What was his buddy? His buddy's name was like Fast Eddie or something like that.
Eddie Haskell.
Eddie Haskell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't
He
know
was
if he
kind of a
was called
slimy
Fast.
I don't know where I got that from.
Yeah.
Eddie Haskell.
That was Wally's friend, wasn't it?
Yeah, Wally's
Yeah.
friend was
Yeah.
Eddie Haskell because he was
Yes.
kind of the.
All right, so I'll be Bob.
That and Lumpy.
Yep.
I forgot about that.
Okay.
And you didn't give your. Did you give your name on the phone?
No.
What's
I
your-
just said sister. He said that he was going to just call me Gwen, so they're going to assume that I have the same last name. So that way I don't confuse myself
Gwen
with the lie.
Shackelford.
Gwen Shackelford. All right.
My
Okay.
character does not like this last name, by the way. I do not like this last name.
Where?
Who came up with the last name?
Actually, the,
Oh, shut up.
the creators of.
I'm gonna call him back, and you got his number, right?
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna call him back and say, hey, how you doing? Yes, myself and 3 investors would like to go over some properties with you.
Oh, okay. It does tonight work for you? I've got an opening between 7 and 8.
Will 7 and 8 work, guys?
It's going to be dark or is it going to be light?
Oh, it should be
It's
fairly early.
January. It's going to be dark.
Yeah. Yeah, between 7 and 8 is fine.
I'd rather go during the day.
Yeah, it might be better.
Between 7 and 8 is fine. And
I
So,
don't like this time.
Well,
Yeah,
if this
I don't
is
care.
an undeveloped property,
no, we're going to talk about properties. And we may go see one.
okay, so we're meeting them at this
Yeah,
location.
okay.
Okay.
Now, this is a Saturday, by the way,
Okay.
at this point, on the 12th.
Yes.
Wait,
They're
why are they
robust.
open that late?
It's
On
a
a
real estate
Saturday.
place. They're greedy.
Realtors,
Realtors have odd hours.
Yes.
they'll do whatever it
Okay.
takes to sell.
They'll sell
Yeah.
their mother to get a sell on a property.
Wait. Really?
Okay, yeah, sure.
Yeah, so Saturday, January 12th.
Yep.
So
Let's do it.
you're heading down to 5550 LBJ
Yep.
in order to talk about property. All right. Yes, 5550 Lyndon B. Johnson Highway. Or freeway. in
Are
this
you
case.
sure?
It's freeway. My bad.
Are you sure?
I'm positive.
Yeah, I wish you have to pay.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah. Usually
Now, when
have to
you
pay extra.
arrive at 5550 LBJ, the
Wait, we're
building,
driving there now?
right about this point was right, 5 p.m. So you've got a little bit of time.
You've
Are
already
we?
Okay.
Yeah, well,
He ate.
I will take off my hat for waiting.
Okay.
Okay. Before we leave, I'm gonna call my sister's friends
Excuse me. Do I
Okay.
have any sesame
to make
seeds
sure
in my
they're
hair?
okay and everything.
Okay. Phone is answered. Hello, this is Robin's residence.
Hey, it's Gwen. I'm just checking in
Robin's.
on my little sister and just making sure everything's okay.
Yeah. Elizabeth is doing fine. We got some new books in just a few days ago that are Braille. And we were going over some of the new books.
She's not blind. She's deaf.
I was say, why would a deaf
I
kid
know.
need braille?
Because the friend is blind.
Oh, okay. Thank
Oh,
you.
you need to be quiet.
When dealing with people with impairments, a lot of them were grouped together
Yeah.
to complement the deficiencies, and she's trying to learn Braille so that she can do.
Okay. Thank you.
Sure.
Okay. Well, that's awesome.
Scariest thing ever.
Just
Looking braille.
wanted to make sure everything was going
Serious
to be
injury?
okay. I'm not gonna be at the house for a little while, so wanted to make sure she wasn't coming home to an empty house.
Yeah, little Rose is having a lot of fun playing with Elizabeth. So
Okay.
if anything comes up, we've got your number.
Okay. Thank you.
And she hangs up.
Yep.
Okay.
You didn't verify. You didn't talk to her. You
Talk to the deaf sister.
Yeah.
Right?
Tap on the phone. She can feel the vibrations. You ever done
No.
Jake, you're a horrible person.
That's no money. Sorry.
Daryl.
Sorry.
Oh, we have lots of horrible people that we know and love.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm gonna eat some of my leftovers before we drive off because clearly they've all been helping themselves.
Well, not all of them. All he helped himself to was some Pepsi.
They all helped themselves to Pepsi, and he helped himself to a wrapper. He helped himself to a sandwich.
Yes.
Oh, sorry. Wrong.
I don't think you can go to the one place
Wrong
with
wrapper.
that hat on. By the way, you're gonna leave in the car.
He
I
already
said I
he
was going
gonna
to take it off.
Oh, I didn't hear.
And I
Yeah,
even leaned
yeah.
over to him to ask him if I had any sesame seeds in my hair.
She got
Wow.
any chips or anything to go with the burgers.
French fries.
Yeah, she's definitely gotten back.
You should really eat healthy.
I grabbed chips out of a cupboard and throw them at you.
When's the last time you went to the store? Jeez, come on.
Chips.
Get some apples.
Before all this crazy stuff happened.
Yeah.
We're in Texas, man. Get some grapefruits.
Yeah,
So,
4 keys.
you arrive at 5550 LBJ Park. Or Freeway. The area is a strip mall area. The building here is just a large, bare-faced building. Lots of suites that are here.
Are we taking more than one vehicle or just one?
Just one.
Okay, is it mine then?
Well, you've got the only
Mine's a
working sedan at the moment.
Because you have a truck, don't you? Yeah.
So do
Truck,
And
in the
motorcycle.
shop.
Okay, so
My
yeah.
wife has the other car.
Yep.
Right?
Just wanted to make sure.
Because somebody can't drive.
Yeah.
It's
Okay.
beautiful. It's very beautiful.
When you
Right.
arrive, again, it's a bare storefront. It doesn't indicate any businesses specifically at this location. You go inside and you can see that there are several different suites that you can go to. It's a multi-story building on this one, which is odd for a strip mall. Generally, they're just single-story strip malls. This one, that one section is 5 stories.
Okay.
That's a pretty good sized building.
5-story building just off of the LBJ. LBJ has a lot of really tall structures, similar to in Old Town in Wichita.
Okay.
You've got the higher brownstone sort of structures and several businesses within the brownstones. That's
Gotcha.
kind of the effect that you're getting out of this.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, Rusty, lead the way.
I will. I'm going to go to the suite.
Hey, Rusty, before we go in, this is something I would mention to him. Since you can pick up on kind of extracurricular stuff, you might want to be paying extra attention for that.
I will.
Okay. Before we
Okay.
go in, is there any key things we want him to discuss so I can have a little note for him?
That specific property, give him the address.
It's 3 acres, and we can tell him we're interested because of the acreage.
And our industry is chemicals. We're
So,
backed by Japanese investors. Japan was big at that
It
time.
was, yeah.
Japanese investors.
I thought you guys were my investors.
yeah.
We could be a small car company called Gung Ho.
Didn't that movie come out?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right about that time
Yeah,
period.
that thing.
Okay. So, chemical stuff, so that means
We represent the Japanese interests.
You guys- do you have any chemical knowledge or no?
Yes.
Okay, so do I. So that will
I'm
help.
just a worker bee.
Well, what type
Bees
of
and Bob.
thing are we trying to make?
Proprietary detergents. And solvents. To
Right.
make things clean.
Okay, how do you spell proprietary?
But
Because
you
that's
don't
a
have
long
to do
word.
proprietary, just put solvents and detergents.
Solvents. Detergent. And do any of you guys know Japanese in case someone tries to talk to you in Japanese?
Hi.
Konnichiwa.
Yeah, I was
Does your
going to say,
character actually know
konnichiwa.
it?
Nyet.
Is that a
Sorry.
language they have to learn?
If they throw it at us, then we'll be alright.
Like,
Our interpreter's not with us.
Actually, leave the Japanese thing off. Just
yeah,
don't
why
even
do you
say
think I was asking? Because
Just say
you
we
never
use
know
an
what we're going to
interpreter.
deal with.
it. That's been more fun.
Yeah,
Especially him struggling to say Japanese words.
Right.
if we were to do something of a different language, I could do Spanish or, Spanish.
I could do Spanish too.
Vietnamese investors would not be popular right now, which is
No.
the only language.
Right.
No.
So, alright. I can't think of anything else that he needs to know.
Okay, so right now I have the address, and that's 3 acres, and that's why we have an interest in it. Chem front, that we are a chemical industry that's focused on solvents and detergents.
You got it.
Okay.
Okay, we go in.
Okay.
I shake hands.
Okay, hold on.
Well,
You go in.
Some
Hey.
goes.
Hey, we are recording here.
Remember, side conversations are going to supersede any other conversations.
He made me do it.
I know. I'm just saying.
Who's the hat that I'm not wearing?
You arrive at the building. The four of you enter the front door. You are immediately greeted by, a very sterile environment. There's a set of 6 chairs off to the side. There's a high-fronted greeting area. A woman is sitting at a desk behind that greeting area. There's a computer sitting there. Big, clunky thing. So obviously it's top of the line.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's the temperature like in here?
Yeah.
And is it
Good
humid?
call, because I was going to go with something else.
Temperature is right around 73 degrees, and it doesn't seem like it's extra humid or anything.
Okay.
So fairly comfortable.
Any flies in the room or any critters buzzing around?
No.
No,
Okay.
snap.
No,
Okay.
nothing like that. Short-cut, blonde-haired lady is sitting behind the counter. Stands up. Yes,
You
can I
got a
help
green
you?
skin?
She does not. She looks Caucasian.
Okay.
Mr. Shackelford, how are you today?
Pretty good. You?
I thought he was Rusty.
No, I'm Rose.
No, that's Rusty. I'm
Oh.
sorry. I think I said his contact information.
Yes.
Yeah, it's fine. He gets a little bit of a social.
These are
nerd.
my
He gets the nerd
investors.
sometimes.
Oh, group of investors, and you're here to see Mr. Allen, correct?
Yes.
Okay, I had you down written in for 7 o'clock. It's still another few minutes, but I'm sure he can break away from what he's working on right now. Give me just a moment.
Sounds good.
She sits down, pulls up the phone. Yes, Mr. Allen, those 4 are here to see you about properties. Okay, thank you. A couple minutes goes by, and that door that was behind her opens up, and you can hear that typing much louder now for all of the 30 seconds that it takes for him to walk through the door, then shut the door. Guy is standing about 5'8", has a sharp red tie, really thin. He's wearing a black business suit with that power tie.
Right.
Thick mustache.
Got a tie tack?
Yes.
What's the design on the tie tack?
It's a heart, a black heart.
Black heart on a red and
Yes.
striped tie, or red tie?
Red solid tie.
Power tie.
Maybe. You never know.
Okay. How do you spell his name? THOMOS or I?
A-S. Thomas. Standard spelling.
Okay.
And what was his last name?
Allen. A-L-L-E-N. Yes, I'm Thomas Allen. Which one of you is Rusty?
Me. And
Says-
I'll shake hands.
It's a nice, solid handshake.
Thank you. Or his.
Yes. So, who else will I be speaking with? here?
These are my
Ben Affleck.
investors.
Nice to meet you, Ben.
I'm Bob.
Bob.
Yep.
Last name?
Savoy.
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 Oh, Savoy. Okay. Odd name. Where's that from?
It's just something that the family had way back when. I'm not sure exactly the.
Not a fan of genealogy, I see.
No.
And this is my sister Gwen.
Hi, nice to meet you. He extends his hand to shake yours as well. So, was there a specific property that you had in mind, and is it something that you know for sure that we have, or are you looking for me to do a little bit of headhunting for you?
If you can do a little bit of head hunting, I was really interested in the 442 West 86th Street. The reason I'm interested in that is because it's 3 acres.
Okay, you're looking for something,
Yeah, something with a little bit of acreage.
little bit of size to it.
Yes, because we're in chemicals sales. We manufacture detergents and things like that. We're actually, like saying...
Oh, so you're trying to bring a small business in to,
Yes.
to do some... okay.
Yes.
Okay.
But we need something fairly undeveloped, and when I looked at some of the city's listings, and I give them the address again, the 442 West 86th.
He jots it down real quick. Hey, Lisa, do you happen to know if that's on our brochure list, or is that one of our properties? I can check. That's not on any of our properties that are for sale.
Okay.
So, if so, that might be one of the competition.
Okay.
Well, give me a few minutes here. Let me do some calling around. Would you guys like some coffee or some soft drinks, anything like that while you're waiting?
Oh, coffee, please.
Yeah, I could go for a can of Coke.
Okay, I think we have Coke. Yeah, we can do that.
Oh, I'm fine, thank you.
Why do you think we're thirsty?
Just offering in case you might be. I
I'm
realize. Huh?
I'm not.
Okay.
You have to excuse my friend. He's a little bit blunt.
Okay. Yeah,
I have been using the paranoia thing
I understand. No,
this game, so I gotta bring it back in. Stranger offering me a drink that I suspect might be a lizard person.
Yeah, not
That's why I wanted a can instead of
Drink
a
the poison.
something that was sealed.
right.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
I understand this.
So he comes back out, and he has a cup of coffee, fresh can, opened, hands it to you.
I'll set it down.
Okay. Well, I'm going to have to do some calling around to verify exactly what's going on with this property. Now, do you know
Okay.
for sure that this property was for sale?
Yeah, that's what I was. Well, I called the city,
Okay.
and they said that this was one of the properties for sale. That's the reason why I was asking about it.
Okay, well, the City Hall, of course, is going to be closed on Saturday, so I wouldn't be able to make direct contact with them, but I can check to see what we have as far as other flyers from competitors. We try to
Okay.
keep appraised so that we can, headhunting in
Right,
this business is definitely a thing.
Well, and other reasons why that one was of interest was it was on the outskirts of town, so it wouldn't necessarily bother people with the chemical smells.
Oh, yeah,
Right.
definitely. And I really love the fact that you're trying to bring business into the Dallas-Fort Worth area. We could always use more jobs, something a little bit more than, the strawberry farmers and such.
Right. Well, that's one of the things that we wanted to do was, to check the area and see.
I'm sad that I don't have direct information right this second. Give me just a few minutes. I'll go back into my office. If you'd like to come back to the office, you're certainly welcome to.
Well, we can sit out here. It's fine.
Probably more comfortable in here. They don't give me a whole lot of office space.
Okay, well, let's go to the office then, if you don't mind.
Yeah, sure. I'll bring in Lisa, could you bring one of the extra chairs into my office?
On the way back to the office, do I see any water coolers?
Okay. So, yes. Lisa grabs one of the chairs from out of the lobby area, opens up the door, and uses it as a prop in order to keep the door open. As you walk into this area, it is it's roughly the same size as the entry area, which is roughly the dimensions of this room. So you got about a 20 by 15, or no, this is probably closer to 30 by 15. Well, it's that 30-foot wide, but it runs back easily 75 feet, 100 feet. There are a set of cubicles off to the left. Immediately inside that door, there's water coolers that are there, dual sets. There's a vending machine, and right next to the water coolers on the opposite side from the door is a coffee machine.
Did I notice anything with the water?
Yes. water is important.
Don't drink the coffee. Don't drink the coffee.
Are they the cones or the cups?
They are cones.
We already got a sample from a different location, though, or were you wanting multiple samples?
No, I was just.
So,
Yeah,
I'm going
it's
to-
got the little pull-down cones. Now,
If you
there
didn't
are
hear me,
coffee
I said
cups.
don't drink the coffee in a whisper.
There are coffee cups next to the coffee machine, though. Like the disposable. Yeah,
what,
Okay.
before you use
I've got a cup of coffee.
yeah.
well, there's that, or if you empty out your Coke, you could fill that with some of that water.
Unless the Coke's already tainted. Because it was opened when he gave it to me.
I am going to get a disposable cup. I guess I was thirsty after all. And I'm going to go fill up
It's water.
some water cooler. So
Okay.
there's two of them?
Yeah, there's one. There's two of
Hey,
them.
would you get me one of those too?
Yeah. And I grab another one and I fill up one from one and one from another.
Okay,
So I have 2 cups of water from both coolers. And I hand it to him.
one from each cooler or two
One,
from.
one from each cooler.
Okay, okay,
He has one. I have one.
okay,
Appreciate that.
okay. In you go to now. He leads you down past several cubicles. There are half a dozen women that are typing furiously at actual old school typewriters, and it looks like they are taking information off of a computer screen and transcribing it to standard paper.
Is
IBM Selectrics.
Yep.
Or syntax.
is any of their? Are we able to glance at anything on their desks?
Now, each of the individual desks for the cubicles, most of them are pretty bare. There are a couple of them that have like sets of flowers. One woman has a Grateful Dead poster hanging up in her cubicle.
Nice.
Does this seem like overkill staff for a realtor? I'm assuming all of us have been in a realtor's office at some point.
Right.
for
I own a home.
right. For a realtor, depending upon what type of realty they do, I know that
We saw their brochure.
right. The type of business that they do, this seems like it might be overkill, but also bear in mind that there were multiple businesses in this particular area, so these people might not be directly associated with the actual realty portion, and they might be that other business.
So you're saying we need to kidnap one, beat it out of her.
No.
I'm just thinking that.
My question is, if we could see anything on their desks, is there anyone that has any like notepads where they've been jotting notes down? Whether it looks like it's odd script.
Okay.
Because we would have relayed that to them already, which we did in our conversation, that
Yeah.
there was weird.
I mean,
Sure.
could we make perception rolls to see if we notice?
It doesn't look like anybody has notepads that they're working on anything.
Okay.
The only place that you saw anything weird was Lisa's grease board up front, and again, that still
Which-
has the odd.
Okay.
Could I have seen it while we were in the main room, and could I have made a perception roll to see if I understood it?
Well, you could certainly give me an IQ roll to see whether or not you even noticed it.
Yeah, I made the IQ roll. I got a 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 to a 14.
Okay.
Sumerian script.
Let's see. Give me an IQ roll at -5.
6, 7, 8, 9. Dang it. How much did I miss it by? I missed it by 3.
Okay. Yeah, you definitely see it.
Or, can I do my reroll?
You can do a reroll.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Missed it by 1.
That's.
Can I use one of my automatic successes?
You don't have an automatic success.
Well, I got a right thing.
That's not an automatic success. It's not, and that's not the right kind of bribery.
Hey DM, can I give you 50 cents to pass this roll?
So, I can't do anything because I was busy getting the water. So
Yeah.
then I'm going to head into the office and sit down.
Okay. Now
After I hand you your...
Yeah.
this office really is not that large at all. You're definitely looking at a room that's no larger than 20 by 20, and with the extra chair that was brought in so that you could sit across the desk from him, to all four of you.
Knees to elbows.
Yeah, you are definitely cramped in there. He does what he can to make certain that you have space to put down on his desk your drinks, so that you don't have to put them at your feet or anything like that.
I'm just gonna hold on to my drink because I'm trying to quit smoking, and it gives me something to do with my hands.
Is the art in here just normal office art, or is there like a picture of a lizard standing over a population with a whip that says the subjugation of the people of Tau City 3?
No, it's pretty normal. Most of the artwork in here isn't artwork. It's photos of the CEOs, things along that line.
Any of them have forked tongues?
Are they subjugating the citizens of Tau City 3?
Any of those pictures have Stuart Brand listed on it?
No. Well, technically, no.
Gwen, what was your question?
Have I seen a picture of Stuart Brand so I could look and see if I can recognize his face?
That is a good question.
I was going to say, does any of the frames have names attached to them of who the people are?
Well, there's a spot for
Chlorothon, the Punisher. CEO, 1981 to 1982. Right.
There's the list of the CEOs of the company. One has J. Stuart Brand, and Stuart is spelled Stuart instead. And there's no photo there. The rest of them have photos.
Curious.
I'll be looking around and
So
say,
J. Stuart Brand.
hey, how
I
come
contemplate
you got
to
photos
almost
and
take a sip.
everything except for this one?
I'm sorry?
How come you've got photos of all your CEOs except for this one?
I hate to go into that one. Give me just a second while I'm looking into what's the property here, and I can talk to you about it afterwards.
Okay,
Just give me just a
no hurry. I was just kind of curious.
And he goes through and searches, and he pulls up. Oh, okay. I see who's actually doing the sale on that property that you're interested in.
Okay.
That's actually the city, so I can broker for you.
Okay.
We just didn't have it as listed with one of our regulars. Now, so
now, how long has this property been on the market?
it's only been on the market for a month. That's part of why it isn't in our regular listing.
Right.
Typically, within 3 months, we have any of the city listings available
Right.
to us. It's been a little bit slower lately. We lost an employee who was on really good terms and really great with doing stuff with the city, and that's honestly how we lost the photo.
Okay.
So,
Oh, really? What happened? I'm sorry.
There's a link.
So, James Walters used to work with us with the city as well,
Oh, okay.
and James had he was dealing with a lot of stress at home as well as here,
Okay.
and
happens.
well, he's in a mental institute right now.
Really?
So he had some sort of psychotic break, and next thing I hear, he's at a school playground being arrested for trying to snatch one of the kids. And he wasn't fully clothed when it happened.
I could see how that could make some people a little unnervous.
And after
Or
his
nervous.
arrest, well, he came back and he was blaming the CEO that the photo was there, and he defaced the photo.
Oh, really? Did he just like carve it
Defaced.
up, or did he mark on it, or what?
He shot it.
Oh, really? Wow. Okay.
We've got the hole patched, as you can see, and there it does appear to be fresh sanding on some drywall underneath where the photo would have been.
Gotcha.
And we just haven't put up a new photo yet.
I see. When would be the earliest that we could go in and inspect the property and actually put boots on the ground and look around a little bit on that?
Granted, it would have to be sometime during the day. You know.
Well,
Yes.
yeah. With a city property, they generally prefer to make those available during normal business hours, Monday through
Okay.
Friday anyway. So if you're available, I could make arrangements for a Tuesday for sure.
Okay.
At the latest.
Well, I'll tell you what. Let's discuss it, and then we can always call back in and say yay or nay on that.
Yeah.
And if it doesn't work out, then we can try to go to an alternate day.
Okay. Yeah. That sounds very amenable. I've got your phone number, Rusty.
Can I have your card, by the way?
Oh, sure. Yeah. And he's got like 30 of them on his
Okay,
desk.
I'll
We'll
grab
one. Was there anything else that I could do for you?
And I'll look over at you and I'll be like, do you have any other questions or?
As of right now, not necessarily. I think if we think of more questions, we can ask you when we're looking at the property.
Yep, I think so too.
Well, that seems very reasonable. I will try and get as much information I can as far as whether or not there's any mineral rights issues associated with the property, exactly how much of the topsoil was covered, if there's any oil rights that are reserved for
right.
other people, anything like
We'd
that.
also want to know closest utility accesses,
Yeah.
water access, sewer access, power, gas, that kind of stuff as well.
Okay, yeah, that part will be easy enough to do. That'll take me 5 minutes.
Very
But
good.
yeah, I will make certain to have all of that ready and available for you when we set up. What about we try for a 2 o'clock on Tuesday?
Let's tentatively say that, but we'll call you.
Yeah, we'll call it confirm.
Call confirm on Monday. Sounds good. Awesome. Been great working with
Been
you.
great working with you.
Shakes
Thank
your
you,
hands.
Thank you.
Goes hand by hand as he. Okay. And he doesn't mess with any of your drinks at all. Doesn't accidentally knock any of them over. When he got up from his desk, there was a solid bump, but nothing fell.
Okay, we are going to take our cups and we're going to leave.
Okay.
Yep, I'm gonna take my coffee too.
I'm gonna grab my Coke can on the way out. So yes, I know I'm holding a cup of water and a Coke. Just not gonna drink it. I just don't.
Is it new Coke?
Might have been classic Coke, but could have been no Coke.
I don't think the new Coke hit until later on in 1985.
It's later.
It was later that year.
So been classic more likely.
Yeah. At that point,
Or before it wasn't even
Coca-Cola.
classic, it was just Coke.
Yeah, it was just Coca-Cola.
But I don't want to leave fingerprints.
Not
Something
leaving
that's-
fingerprints behind. Yeah, you're just gonna two-fisting it. Would somebody grab the door?
Right. And we will get in her car and
Okay. Where are you going from here?
His house to see if he's got a message from the place. The police.
Yep.
Okay.
There's a son of a-
Okay. Let's see what we got. Nice.
I think that went really well. Good
I
job,
think so.
That was a little bit interesting. That it looked like the guy that got arrested has ties to this office in a major way.
Yeah, and if he's in a mental asylum, in theory, we can go visit him.
Yeah.
We still need to check out that vet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But one thing at a time, you need to do your messages.
And,
Yep.
and the vet's not going to be open on Saturday anyway.
Yeah.
I'll go through my messages. Anything?
Okay. Going through your messages, yes, you do have a message from your police contact.
Okay.
Okay, so you're looking for arrest records for that date, and I came up with 5 of them. Only 2 of them were school related, though. One of them was James Walters, And then the other guy was a Thomas Drake.
Okay.
And I've got the address of record for both of them. Give me a call back. That was the message.
Okay.
Come on
And
back
I
and ask him.
will look over at Gwen, and I want to say, what's his name again? Walters?
James Walters.
James Walters?
Yeah.
Yeah, James Walters was arrested that day in a school, so that's our man.
More than likely.
Well,
We
no,
don't know what
that's
We wanna-
mental
we wanna-
institution he was at.
We want to call him to confirm it was at the location that he saw.
okay.
So,
And
once
it's
we confirm
Saturday
that,
though.
then yes.
Can't be that many.
But
Oh.
it's your friend. He called from
Yeah.
the phone.
Yeah, you're
His
not
cell
calling
phone.
him at work.
No.
Oh, okay. I'll call him up and say,
Yeah.
What time is it roughly?
You had the meeting at 7. Everything that you dealt with took you to about 8:05 right now.
okay. Yeah, I'll definitely
8:05.
give him a call. Tell him I'm interested in the name James Walters.
Okay. Answers phone. Hey, it's Leo. What's up?
Hey, what's going on? I just wanted to call you saying I got your message.
Oh, yeah.
I am kind of interested in that James Walters guy.
Alright.
What address was it that he was arrested at?
Where's his residence at the moment?
Let's see. Okay. Information, the address on file, that was a personal residence that I had for him. You say, did you say something about a mental institute?
No,
Okay.
I said James Walters.
James Walters. Okay. So, Mr. Walters, he was arrested at Lincoln Elementary.
Lincoln Elementary School.
Yeah.
And what address do you have on record for him?
Address on record. That's something on West G.
West G Street.
303 West G.
Okay, 303 West G.
Is that apartments or is that?
That's a private
Yes.
residence, correct?
Yeah, that's a single person dwelling.
Right,
looks
okay.
like.
Okay. Well, I do appreciate that. Is there any other...
Did you want the info on the Drake guy too, just in case?
Yeah, just in case.
Okay. He was also arrested at Lincoln Elementary, but that was earlier in the day, and that one looks like that was a domestic dispute issue. One of the teachers had called and said that he brandished a gun at his ex-wife at the front door.
Okay. And I'll relay back to him that information to make sure I got it correctly.
Okay.
Thereby giving Gwen time to write it down, you know.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna ask him, do you know if he is currently at his residence or if he's still in custody?
Is he still in custody or
Oh, no.
at his residence?
He is not in custody.
Okay.
Last information I had was he. Okay, yeah, forgot about this. Guy's at a psych hospital, Glenvale Psych.
Both of them are?
No, just that Walters guy.
Okay.
Did the Walters guy have anything go on with a firearm when he was arrested?
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Was there anything involving
Firearms?
firearms with Walters or?
No, nothing about firearms.
Okay.
He-
But the Drake guy.
the Walters guy looked like he was trying to snatch a kid from the playground.
Okay. Okay.
Attempted kidnapping, and he's being held over until they can get a psych review before they try to charge him.
Okay. Hey, I do appreciate it. Thank you very, very much.
Yeah, this is some weird crap that you're looking into.
Yeah, I know.
I hope you don't know that Walters guy, do you?
No.
Okay, good. I think we can still be friends then.
Right. Hey, thanks a lot.
Sure.
Bye.
But
And I will look over at you. I was like, so,
Hey,
That Walters guy. Wow.
Yeah. Oh, will the psych hospital be able to allow visiting hours in the morning or not? It's a Sunday.
Social engineering.
Yeah.
So more than likely we can talk with them.
Not maybe we'll probably
Right.
social engineering. Now if he was in jail,
Well,
Yeah.
The thing that the reason I was asking him is he said that
He shot it.
he shot the thing.
He shot the picture.
There was no firearms listed involving him in school. There was another guy that had firearms at the same school.
Right. And that
Now,
was
But they
a
also-
I can't
mistake.
remember, was the photo shot prior to the school thing or after?
You would imagine it was probably prior.
Given the fact he was arrested at
Yeah,
the
given
school.
the fact he was arrested at the
That's
school.
what I would think.
Yeah.
But
So for all we know, the firearm could be at his house.
Yep.
So
The 303G.
I don't know. Any of you guys know how to pick a lock?
weren't you the one? Yeah.
I do.
Question: do we want to inspect his place tonight or tomorrow?
Which one?
We don't even know if he
James
had a
Walters.
wife there or.
They said he was having marital problems.
No, that was the Thomas Drake
Oh.
that had
Yeah, that
marital
was
problems.
Thomas Drake that had marital
So
issues.
That's it?
I would say let's
Yes.
go.
I keep notes. I paid attention.
I would say let's go to the psych ward first, and we can get some general idea of who might still be at the house.
Possibly. But if we're going to look at the house, we'd probably.
Harder for them to notice.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is I don't want to
We
go
could
in.
always drive by the house and see if anyone's there.
We could
See if lights are
drive by
on.
Yeah.
surveillance.
And then if we don't see any activity, then we can step
Well,
further.
see if
If there
there's
is
lights
activity, we can leave.
Sounds good. Let's do that then.
So you're going down to 303 West G then, as I recall, far from.
Not far from my house.
Yeah.
No, because my character lives on G. Yeah, she lives. He is literally 100.
Next block over.
Yeah, he's the next block over from my house.
Oh
Wow.
shit!
That's not good.
Well, that makes me feel better. Where is
so-
Rosie's
Wow.
house?
Sorry.
Where's my sister's friend's house?
Oh, she lives downtown. She's in
Okay,
an
so it's
apartment
farther
complex.
away.
It's further away.
Used to say that he wasn't one of the visitors.
So, what do we want?
Well, I need to go back to my house, and his house is by my house. So
Yeah.
We can go to your house and
Take a
go
drive
for a
by.
stroll.
what?
Oh, we
my
actually
God.
we just walk down.
That was
Yeah.
what I was saying. We could just go for a stroll, walk around.
Yeah.
Okay.
Walk the neighborhood.
Yep.
Valence on the. Yeah. Okay.
When we get back to my house,
Yeah, that's
could one
what
of
we
you
should
guys
do.
Look at the architecture and the
radio scan thing to make
neighborhood.
sure that no bugs were planted while we were gone at
Yep.
this stuff.
Yep.
Okay.
Just
So,
to triple check.
so everybody's going back to your house.
Yep.
Yeah.
Are you actually going inside first, or are you just gonna get out of the car and start walking the neighborhood?
Anyone need food before we go on a walk?
I kind of want to
Okay.
check her
Well,
house.
we actually
And you
need.
have cups.
I was gonna say we need to
We
drop
need the
off the
cups.
liquids.
Yeah, we need to
Yeah.
drop off the cups. We'll put them with the water that we got from the mayor's office. So that way I can take them all to see Mark.
Okay. Now both of you have been carrying liquids with you in cups this entire time.
Yeah, I got the urge to pee. I don't know why.
Also, there's that intrinsic urge to drink something just because you're carrying it. give me will rolls, each of you, to make sure that you didn't drink any of it.
What is the will?
Will is based on your IQ. If your IQ is over 14, 14 or less is a success. It caps out at 14 for will, unless you have high willpower.
Hey, 14.
Oh, I made it. I had 12 and... I rolled
10,
a
12, and I have an IQ of 15.
No, I rolled a 5.
Okay,
Sorry.
I made it.
Okay. So, yes, all three of you are able to resist the urge to just take a sip and be like, there were a couple instances where you got a little close. Yeah. No.
Well, and I'm driving, so I can't hold any.
Right.
And I will go ahead and sweep her house again.
Okay. Get back to the house. Get inside. Somebody's holding the door for him since he's got a drink in each hand.
I open the door. Tell them
Okay,
where to
where
put the drink. There it is.
Oh,
It's right there.
Fell off your hat onto the floor again.
Watch your head.
Okay, ready?
Ready?
And I will tell them to put the.
Hey, I made it. Right on.
Okay. So you're going to spend the next 10 minutes sweeping the house, checking for anything.
I'll put the drinks with the water we got from the mayor's office, so it's all together, so I can tell the scientist we're experimenting on all this water to see if it has the same components as the water from the frogs.
Okay.
Should be fairly
Putting
easy. You can
sandwich
just lick
bags
it.
over the top of them so it doesn't...
Distinguish, including your can just in case.
Yeah, and so stuff doesn't get into it.
So what are you putting on top of it then?
Like a plastic
Ziploc bag.
Ziploc
no,
bag.
No, not a Ziploc.
Yeah.
Sandwich bag.
Yeah.
Sandwich bags were, before they had Ziploc bags, they had like a little pleated pocket that folded over itself.
Yeah, you just like
Yeah.
your comic
Yeah.
book bags.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Sure.
Uh,
Whichever bag.
Yeah, well, Ziploc would have been available then. They would have just been starting with their marketing.
But it costs a lot more.
Yeah, they would be more expensive.
Oh, so
Sandwich
no,
bags,
it's
just
cheaper
general
then.
ones, yeah, they're a lot cheaper.
Oh yeah, like a bazillion for 99 cents.
Yeah.
Okay. He inspected, did he find any?
He did not find any bugs in your residence.
Okay. So I'm gonna snack on some chips, and then when everyone's ready, we head out.
Okay. Anything else anybody planning on doing while you're waiting there?
I will just hang out on your porch. If you don't mind.
I'm gonna go use her restroom.
Hi. So you are at Gwen Mitchell's home, and made certain that you've got your lockpicks with you.
I do.
It is about 8:30 at night at this point. You've taken a little bit of time to set stuff aside, find some sandwich bags, get everything covered, and are ready to take a leisurely stroll in the cold. The
Bundle up.
temperatures are definitely lower than they have been on average this year. You're actually supposed to hit freezing tonight, which doesn't do that all that often in the Dallas-Fort Worth area.
So I got a jacket and pants, and I'm holding it tight.
Okay.
I'll walk in.
Okay.
Okay.
And I'm on her front porch smoking a cigarette.
I've got the military jacket, the John Rambo style.
Okay. Yeah.
Field jacket.
Yep. Smoking a cigarette with him.
Yes.
Using the cherry of the cigarette to keep your hands warm.
Yes. That's what I'm doing.
And starting down the street, walking around the traffic here is moderate. You see a car probably every 3 to 4 minutes heading down the street. But it is definitely after dark. The cloud cover is pretty substantial, so you're not getting a whole lot of moonlight. There are street lamps, of course, and all the street lights on this section of road are in good condition. You don't have any bulbs that are out. So that portion of lighting is definitely good for you. As you're walking down the street, it does not take you very long before you find the address in question, 303 West G. Single family dwelling. It's a blue house, 1 story.
Lights on interior, lights on porch.
Lights on porch, nothing on the interior that you can tell.
Do we see any cars or anything parked in the driveway or anything?
There is a car parked in the driveway.
Basement?
Does appear to have a basement, and you don't see any lights on in the basement.
Any signs of a pet? A dog?
There are no.
Is it a fenced-in yard?
It is not a fenced-in yard, and there's no signage indicating that there's a dog.
Is there an alley?
Yes, there is an alley on the street.
Do we want to go to the end of the block, circle, and then go up the alley and then to the backyard?
Okay. So,
Any doggy landmines in the yard? Anything like that? That we can do.
give me a IQ roll at a -3. You're looking at this stuff in the dark-ish.
So I made it -5.
Okay. Okay. Neither one of you are seeing any doggy landmines.
Okay. Anything that looks like kids?
There's no toys out on the a porch, nothing out in the yard, nothing that just screams daycare or anything like that.
Right.
There's, from this viewpoint, you can't see anything in the backyard that indicates a slide or any playground type equipment that
Okay.
would be in a home.
Does Texas run dual plates?
Yes.
I want to get that note down. Or just...
Okay.
We can have your police friend run the plate and see if they have, if there's more than one owner of the car.
Listed. Okay.
Maybe see if there's more than one car listed.
Right.
Okay. So you're writing down the license plate and then continuing to walk.
Mm-hmm.
Walking to the end of the block, corner, around the corner in order to walk down the alleyway. Now, the alleyway here, most of the yards, or the backyards, are fenced in.
Okay.
When you get to the one at the 303 West G, it is not fenced in. Most of them have chain link fence around them. This has privacy fence on either side, but not fully blocking the back. It's open in the back. And there is a pickup parked in the backyard. It's a small yellow Datsun pickup.
Okay.
Tag number down as well. As we go up to the vehicle,
You're walking up to the vehicle.
we're walking.
I'm a little hesitant since we've seen 2 vehicles now.
Now there's less light back here.
I'm going to go up and check the vehicle, put my hand on the hood of the car, see if it's hot,
Okay.
warm. Get an idea if that vehicle's ran recently.
Yeah.
Kind of like what I did with the auto.
Well, when you go to put your hand on the hood, you notice that the hood is already open and there's no battery in it.
Okay.
That makes me feel a little better.
That's an obvious thing right off the bat.
Okay.
No roll necessary there.
Okay.
Give me an IQ check though. A perception check effectively. So if you have any enhanced sight or night
Are
vision.
any of us able to do
I
this
do.
roll?
I'm good. I made it.
Wait, you said enhanced sight?
Yeah.
I have
enhanced night vision.
I have night vision.
So you don't have the penalty of 3 that everybody
I have
else
a
would have.
cute hearing with that
No,
face.
not in this instance.
Okay.
Well, wait a minute. You said with a
Minus
penalty
3.
of 3?
Yeah, penalty of
I
3.
made it 9.
The tires on that Datsun are obviously rotted, and it's lower in the ground. They've been been sitting
Well,
for a long time.
I've got my one ability that I can see something.
You get to see if something is conspiracy related, or if somebody is illuminated.
Okay. Do I see that?
You do not see anything like that.
Then I can see that.
Okay. But yeah, this truck has definitely been here for a while. Reasonably certain it's got moss and or mold growing on one of the tires.
Yep, I'm gonna relay that to him.
When we were walking past the front, could we tell any?
The car out in front was a Cutlass Supreme. You're pretty sure a dark color. It's nighttime, and there weren't any direct lights over it. You're thinking it's probably a blue or a green.
Cutlass Supreme, that's a two-door.
This one is a two-door, yes.
Okay.
A two-door Cutlass Supreme.
Did it look in physically mechanical decent shape?
It looked sound. It didn't have the hood up or anything like that, and there's
Okay, no flat tires.
No flat tires, and you didn't notice any oil like trailing down from the driveway to the street or anything like that.
Now, where the truck is at, is the driveway on the side of the house, or is it in the front of the house?
Okay, the truck isn't on a driveway at all.
It's in the
backyard.
What I'm asking
Okay,
is where the car is at. Is
okay.
it alongside of the house, or you can drive straight through from?
No, you
the
can't
street
drive
to the
straight
alley?
through. There's not enough room between the houses in order
Okay.
to do that, or between the properties
Is there
because
a
of the
walkway?
fences. There is a walkway that would work on both sides of the house.
Okay.
It is very narrow on one side. The other side has dense vegetation. Technically, they both have dense vegetation. There's some bushes up that have grown up between each of the properties. Looks like a lot of this has been planned. There's some ivy growing on one side.
Could
between
I
the
actually
bushes.
could I walk over to fill the hood of the car?
You're going to walk from the back to the front and leave them in the backyard? Okay. You can certainly do so. Give me an IQ check, no penalty on this.
Right on it.
Okay. Hand on the hood, and you can tell for sure this has been cold, and it's been cold for a while.
Okay. We'll work my way back in.
Okay.
Okay, do we want to try the back door, or do we have access to the basement from here, or is it just
Is it
the
direct
back
basement
door?
entry, or is it?
Just like a ranch style home.
This has
Level.
Like a cellar style entrance?
it has a cellar style entrance that goes down into the basement here, and it looks like that would be a secondary. You're guessing based on the layout of the house, because there's on the back of the house, the back step. It has just like two slabs of concrete going up to a step, and that section has a depressed roof. So odds are good that that area is going to be, when you go in, you're guessing you're going to have to go up a couple of stairs that way, or you could go down to the main basement.
Okay.
You're not sure if the basement is actually attached to the
So it's like
the root
basically
cellar
it's a
style.
porch that has been redone over an exterior basement entrance
That's what you're thinking,
to
yeah.
make it enclosed.
Just looking at the design.
What do you guys think?
Which one do you want to try since you're the lockpick?
Well, first of all, do we all have gloves? I assume so, since it's cold out.
We don't make assumptions. And nobody said that you
Does
had.
everybody have gloves on?
I have plastic gloves that I always carry.
He's got some that he would have.
The
from-
rubber gloves.
Before we go in, everybody needs to have gloves on their
Okay.
hands
I don't remember if my
and
character would have those
or
or
a
not.
hat on, preferably stocking hat.
You're probably going to want to go back to her house for a minute.
Okay,
Okay.
let's forgo going in at the moment. just use this as a recon first, and then make plans.
Yeah, because you didn't specify, nobody specified that they had gloves, with the possible exception of him having his stuff that he regularly carried. This was a
Recon.
leisurely stroll.
I, as somebody with picky locks, would almost always have gloves on me if I'm picking a lock.
Right. But there's a difference between assuming it and saying it.
True.
Right.
True. So, anybody opposed to just using this as a recon?
I mean,
Making
this gave
plans.
us a little bit of information. We can go and then walk back, and we can the alley on our way back. Our direct route.
What was your address? It was the even numbers, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, so it's across the street. So you would have to go across the street into the alley and over.
414.
Yeah.
You got a phone book?
Yes.
Look up the phone where we got the address from. Can I look up this guy's phone number and match it to the address?
You're looking up the James Walters.
James Walters, and then matching it to the Avenue G.
Yeah, because this is.
Go ahead and give me a research roll. We'll determine whether or not he has a listed or unlisted number.
So
Maybe I should do it. Research.
If you don't have research,
Back at her house doing this, then?
Yeah.
yeah. If you don't have research, that's
Well, I
going to
was
be.
offered to do it because you look confused on the.
Well, it's not so much a question of confusion.
Well, I would
But,
make
yes.
it.
If you're going to make the roll yourself, it's going to be IQ -5 or writing -3.
let's go with it.
Okay. I
Okay,
made
so
it.
you're like, hey, can you look it up?
I don't
And
want
this was just to
orders.
determine whether or not it was going to be published or non-published. If you got a success, it's published. If you got
When?
if you'd had a failure, it was going to be an unpublished number.
I want orders.
It's published. You have the phone number. You can certainly give it a call.
Do we want to call it, or were you trying to see if there were two people listed on it,
Thank you. Oh, this is the song.
or both?
Can you guys give me 30 minutes here? Okay, it's 85. People are still pretty trusting. I'm going to take the phone number, go the other direction to the 200 block, the other way.
Okay.
And I'm going to look for a house that's got a porch light on.
Okay.
I'll knock on the door.
What?
Hey, I hate to bother you, sir, but I saw your porch light is on. My car broke down. I need to call my wife to come pick me up. You might have used your phone real quick. My name's Rusty.
Rusty. He opens the door further. You can see that he's holding a shotgun. Yeah, come on in.
Sorry about this, sir. I just, it is super cold out there tonight.
He points the shotgun. Kitchen's over there. Phone's right there on the wall.
I go over and I call the number.
Okay?
Anybody answer?
No.
Answering machine?
Nope.
Oh, hey, honey. Hey, yeah, honey. Hey, I'm at. Hey, what street is this?
West G.
But what block is this?
What? 210.
Can you pick me up on the 200 block of West G, honey? Okay, thanks. All right, love you too. Talk to you later. All right, thanks, man. Hey, thanks, old timer. It means a lot to me.
Good luck with your car.
That's it.
Okay.
I'm not gonna stay and talk to him. Okay, nobody. I'm gonna go. After you, dude. I don't think anybody's home.
Okay.
Nobody answered the phone anyway. Phone's still in service, but he's only been in jail a little bit.
Right.
A few days.
Okay.
Well, let's get geared up. What all are you recommending that we have gear-wise?
Clothes, long sleeve clothing, hats that you can tuck most of your hair up into.
My character's putting her hair up in a bun and stuffing it in. Which
She got isotoner gloves. Remember those from the 80s?
Yeah, they were definitely a thing in the 80s, and with the cold, odds are good she has some that will fit her and her sister. none that would fit any of you guys.
We're dainty.
I've got a pair of them anyway, so it doesn't matter. Like, I've got wool gloves that I can wear. I mean,
So, do you have plastic gloves you can give to him?
Do you
how many
have?
sets of plastic gloves do I have?
You got
We have
dish
five.
gloves.
Dish gloves I more than likely have.
Yes.
But
Those stretch.
Dish gloves.
You're wearing the dish gloves.
Oh.
Okay.
don't touch anything that's breakable then, please.
Wow, I don't know.
Okay, so
Got a John Rambo coat on and yellow dish gloves.
Yep. Putting those in the pocket while you're walking down.
I need to get you some swimming flip flops to walk. We're at the same time.
It's
We can get you in to see the guy firsthand.
look, it's Scuba Steve.
Right.
Not the 80s reference though.
Right.
All right.
I'm going to assume I have a beanie or something, so I'm just going to be wearing that. Throw that on.
Odds are good that you would have, the stocking cap, not the full face ones necessarily, or a beret would work.
Try to,
This is a
try
raspberry,
to
right?
dress nondescript as much as possible. You don't want to match everything. But
As plain Jane as possible.
So, not the beret, the other.
Okay. All right. And you head out down the alleyway, gloved up, hats on, walking down the alley. And you arrive at the house. Back of the house. From this angle, the door would be on the right side of the house as you're facing it. Left side of the house, several sets of windows, bushes along the left and the right, thicker on the left than on the right. The truck is parked on the left side of this yard. The yard itself, moderately substantial. You're looking at about 100 foot left,
100 foot
right.
by 50-foot lot.
Yeah, 100 by 50. There's a lot of refuse piled up by a what looks like probably a old school burn bin.
Okay.
You got a burn barrel, effectively. Several bags of trash that are piled up around that, and then the house itself.
Is the back door clear?
Clear.
As in nothing piled up?
Nothing's piled up in front of it that you can see. Yeah.
Okay, something I forgot to mention that my character is going to bring with her is her criminology kits, like finger testing stuff
Fingerprinting powder.
and other things. And
And-
things to
and
collect
things to
samples and
collect.
stuff.
Huh?
Your CSI kit?
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
Okay. First thing I'm going to do is go and knock on the door.
Okay.
See if I hear dogs. It's starting to alert.
Nope.
Don't hear anything. Keep an eye out. What's going on? Spread it so it doesn't look spot. Something nefarious.
I say we just go down the basement because they probably
But we gotta get in
leave that
first.
door. It's an exterior basement. How many people
Well, I
lock
thought it was a enclosed porch.
No,
that
there-
So
He's
there's
talking about the enclosed porch. You're talking about
The cellar.
root
the
cellar.
cellar.
Is it a padlock on the cellar? Is it
Yes, there's a padlock.
Oh,
on the root
there's a
cellar.
padlock on the
is
cellar?
it a steel paddle, or is it steel doors, like a double steel door, or is it a wooden door?
Wooden door.
Light it on fire.
I cast fireball.
he cut.
Not really, because that's
Um,
above me.
That's fine. We can go through the basement if there's a way into the house from the basement. It's not.
There probably is because hardly anyone locks the door in between the basement and
The upstairs.
the upstairs because guess what? They wouldn't be able to get down there in a hurry. And
Okay.
the padlock on the cellar door is probably our best way in.
All good.
I'm not saying that as a burglar, but
Right.
I'll start picking the padlock.
Okay. Give me a lockpicking check.
Nope.
Okay, you're not able to pick that lock.
I'm gonna go around to the back door.
Try that one.
Yep.
Okay. Give that one a shot.
Right on the money.
Okay. That one opens, and yes, as soon as you open it, inside there's a landing that's about a 4x4 section of concrete, and then there's stairs that lead down. There's also a short set of stairs that go up. It's only like 4 steps that go up, and it takes you to another landing that you can see. This landing looks like it is covered in clothes, boxes that have clothes that are draping off the top of them.
Feel like a hoarder's house.
Kind of. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to ask everyone: are we splitting into pairs, and one goes in the basement, one goes up to the main floor, or are we staying all together?
Well, I think we should split into pairs and do a top and bottom because we can search faster that way.
Okay. So how are we wanting to do the pairs? Are we wanting...
Who's the pairs?
Rock, paper, scissors. I don't care.
I don't care.
I think,
I'm sorry, rock, paper, scissors, Spock.
given how
Lizard
you
spots.
react to people sometimes, I'm
Lizard.
going to recommend that you're with him.
Buddy.
And
You could just call me Rusty.
just
Rusty
Because-
Rusty.
Yeah.
just because you have an idea of how to handle him if he has another episode. No offense.
All right, let's.
So it's
You go to the
Rusty and
basement?
Terry
Yeah.
and
Those
you and
two?
I?
Yes.
Okay.
We're going to the basement.
basement.
Okay.
Okay, so we'll be on the main floor dealing with the garbage.
If we need to get out of the house fast, do like a really loud whistle. Or say, get out!
Caw, tookie, tookie.
Let's feel
Yeah, we'll do the caw, you do the tookie, tookie.
Good.
You get that reference? No. Sure.
I don't remember exactly what it's from, but I understand the reference.
I don't know.
Which one?
The original-
Yeah.
The,
George of the Jungle?
no.
Because that's where it originally came from.
Okay, the alien one.
Evolution.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Caw, tookie,
That's
tookie.
where I heard it was evolution.
Yes.
Yeah.
And they were mimicking it from George of the
Yeah,
Jungle.
yeah.
Yeah, that's right. I love
It all goes back to George of the Jungle.
it. Okay. Anyway,
Look out for that tree.
ready, break. Okay.
All right.
Okay.
So, we'll start with the two of you heading
All
downstairs.
right.
Okay.
Me and you.
It is dark. You going first, Dippo? Got the lighter out.
Hands like this so I can see the
Okay.
line of
Okay. The steps here are concrete steps going down. Whoever built these didn't build them to normal specs. They're a little bit on the short side.
All right.
So as you're going down,
sideways.
going down sideways,
Kind of steep.
kind of steep, and I would like you to make an IQ check right now.
You make an I2 check too?
No, because you don't have flashbacks.
That's why he's recommended you.
13, and I have an IQ of 13.
Okay. This is definitely reminding you of some tight spots in Nam, but you're able to hold it together.
Back in the nom, dude.
You get down to the bottom of the steps, and you see that immediately on the right, it goes over to the right about 5 foot, and right there is a work table that's loaded up with a bunch of oily tools. There's an oil can that's out, and it looks like there's rust that had been developing on some tools, and whoever was working on them was trying to get rid of the rust and was soaking them.
It's more rusty than the can.
Directly ahead of you is a large circular furnace, old school furnace.
Bill gravity fed, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Off to the left, you can see that it opens up into a larger pantry area, but it definitely stops before it would get to the point where the legit root cellar would be in place, and it is walled off from that. You can see where a section of that walled off portion, it has cracked, and some bricks had fallen out, and you see solid metal on the other side.
Come here, check this out.
Okay.
Speak
Do
up
I
a
feel
little
any
bit.
light and
Like-
magical?
Nothing magical going on right now.
I'm gonna touch the metal. Is it just like sheet metal?
It is cold, and it's not thin sheet. This is heavy duty, like iron.
Something. So I'm gonna go back to the tool bench and look it over. What is all there? Anything we could use to pry the lock apart? Bolt cutters.
It's your favorite tool.
Right? There's bolt cutters, there's a pry bar, there's several wrenches.
Cutting torch.
There's plenty of stuff that's here. No cutting torch. But yeah, there's a couple of different tools that you have available that you can break everything down.
Do we need to look around anymore?
Is it a padlock that we're dealing with?
He's talking about the padlock for the root cellar on the outside. The one that he wasn't able to pick.
I say we look around a little bit more.
Okay.
I'm gonna get the bolt cutters.
Okay, grabbing the bolt cutters, hanging on to those. All right, we're
With
gonna
your
switch
rubber
up.
gloves.
We're gonna switch up to these two now.
I've got the dish gloves on.
Yeah.
You got the
Dish gloves.
olives on.
Wow, here we go.
The two of you go up those steps. At the top of the steps, you can see that there's a washer and dryer immediately
I'm
there.
letting him lead because I don't want to go into that mess
Okay.
first. I don't want to fall or be pushed into it.
Looking around, keeping the light
Okay.
low, but
Okay, it
Out
looks like the largest portion of these boxes are actually empty. The clothes that are sitting out on top, this guy obviously didn't shell out for actual hamper and or laundry baskets.
good.
So he's just throwing them into big cardboard boxes
Okay.
before sorting them and folding them if he ever does.
So he's got a clean pile and a dirty pile.
Yeah, pretty much.
Gotcha.
And then washer and dryer, and there's at least 5 mouse traps that you've seen here in just that room.
Okay.
Um,
Don't be alarmed that you may see a mouse or two.
I'm more concerned about accidentally stepping on a mousetrap.
far side of that room, there's a stack of newspapers.
Okay.
And this guy has probably a year's worth of just the New York Times.
Is there anything? Are they sorted into
They are
something
all.
by dates or by?
So you're going over checking,
Yeah.
starting at the top.
I'll look at them.
Okay, just browsing through, it looks like it's going from most recent to furthest away in time, top to
Okay.
bottom. And as you're looking, you see that articles have been cut out of pages,
Okay.
and you feel like those are important.
Looks like he's got a lot of articles cut out of this, so he may have a file folder with articles in them,
Or
he
a
may.
board like what we were having.
Yep. Where I was going with.
So, let's have a look around. See if we can find his bedroom, because that might be where he stores it.
We're down.
And we'll cut back down to you guys now.
Okay.
So, what are you doing from this point? You've basically
Actually-
searched the area. The only other thing that you've really found is that there's several milk crates filled with cans of soup, beans, and assorted canned vegetables.
Looks like rations to me.
You know, like a survivalist type guy, maybe, or else something fed to somebody. So,
What's behind that metal is what I'm getting
I
at.
think we need to get into that, and I'm gonna hold the bolt cutters up. Ready?
I guess let's do it.
Going back up the steps.
So, before we go, I'm gonna grab a handful of those clothes
Okay.
that we saw piled everywhere. I'm gonna take them with us.
They're upstairs.
Those are
with us.
upstairs.
Oh, you thought you said we could see them from the...
You can see them from. You'd have to go up the steps and
That's
then up
fine.
additional steps,
So
grab a
then
handful,
you'll
and then.
I'll do
so,
that.
Yes.
And then we're gonna go...
You're gonna notify us or no?
It's more fun.
Okay.
Then we're gonna go out the back, and I'm gonna wrap first the padlock into some clothes with just one of the bars hung out. Then I'm gonna wrap the bolt cutters in it and put it together, then wrap it again. So I've created a silencing
Yeah.
deal.
A muffler,
A
yes.
muffler. And an auto success to make certain that you get the padlock removed.
Yeah.
You pop the padlock, and when you do, you've relieved pressure on the door. That padlock was holding pressure on that door, and you hear a solid hiss as some air escapes from the root cellar. You realize that this wooden door is actually on top of a heavy-duty metal door, like refrigerator style. We're talking a big, thick door. Pulling out the gun.
Ready?
I almost agree with you on this one. No, I almost agree with him. Open the door.
And that's where we're going to end for the night.
Ah, that hurt.
So
Hey,
we're either gonna hear a commotion or nothing.
Okay. So, inspiration.
yes.
Oh goodness. Let's see. Well, you're already following some good lines with regards to what you've got going on here. Honestly, I don't know that there's much that you could have done differently tonight,
Right.
other than making certain that whatever information you guys have,
Right.
get a camera and take photos of it so that you, if it gets lost, you still have it.
Right, right.
'Cause-
And we definitely didn't do that.
Yeah, nobody's messed with a camera in order to document. The only documentation that has been happening has been out of character documentation.
Right.
Might have
Well, I
somebody
did state that my character was
was
grabbing her
taking
notebook.
notes. Yes, but more notes being taken by actual PCs in game rather than out of game,
Right.
so that you can document what's going on, so it's easier to piece things together. Well, that's a lot of why you've got the board going, but the board isn't necessarily as reliable as having full-on notes.
Right, right.
So your character is thinking he might want to start taking a journal,
Okay.
and that would also help with you exploring your magic side.
Right, right.
A lot of wizards
Journal.
do journal. So that's what I would go with. What did you learn tonight?
Well, I learned that we're on the right track. No. My contacts came through.
Right?
Kind of, I don't know, not gave us new information, but solidified the information that we have. He's not as crazy as he seems.
Okay.
No, I've learned that we all can work together pretty good when it comes to, troubleshooting and trying to get more and more information as we go. Yeah, this guy was crazy close to Gwen.
Yeah.
So, let's
All
look and
puns
see.
intended.
Huh?
All puns and intended.
Yeah,
Yes.
all puns were intended. The fact that we found a freezer door leaves me wondering what the hell's
On the other side.
on the other
So
side.
the metal was cold to the touch.
Huh?
The metal was cold to the touch.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. This is something totally different than what we just saw. I mean, yeah. Yeah, how deep the rabbit hole goes.
I have some.
Anyway, this is what I've learned.
Metagame wise, but
Let's go ahead and go with 2 experience for your character. Danny, what did you and or Gwen learn tonight?
Okay. Notes are very good when people are saying different names and making sure we're on the same track. For example, when they thought Thomas was when they thought James Walters was the one with the domestic dispute when it was actually Thomas Drake.
Right.
And little things like that. It also helps to actually state what all you have on you.
Yes.
So that way, rather than assuming,
Yes.
because I also was thinking, I probably should have mentioned camera, but it's too late for that.
Yep. The closest thing that you have to a camera that points and shoots is your 38.
But I also learned can't rely on necessarily the scientist and other people to be handy when needed to do experiments. So I need to figure out a way for me to do experiments without having him handy necessarily.
You're going to have to figure out a way of getting access to equipment.
It sucked that I didn't get a chance to experiment on the finger.
Yes. Dun dun dun.
the fact that you drew the black token.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, for all we know, he could have already been planning on doing that, and then he just decided to use the black token to see how it happened. But, I also learned that we are getting better at communicating stuff, and me stating beforehand, I'm gonna have my character write down what she thinks is important for this person to say before he's on the phone, or before we go into a meeting.
That was actually pretty handy.
Yeah, really.
Proper prior planning prevents piss poor performance. 7
Yes.
P's of the Navy.
Right.
I think those are the main
Daryl,
things.
give me
is
my dice.
focused more on notes and communication, and also realizing just how close this stuff is to my person's
Resident.
home.
Yeah.
Yeah. Makes my character feel less at ease at her house, especially with her sister being there. Having known she left her sister home alone multiple times with that person that's now in a psych ward that was living a block away.
Yeah. Yeah. That's definitely close to home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So. Yeah.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Okay. 2 experience.
Oh, and another thing is not only using my own skills, but being aware of other people's skills and or contacts.
So that you can help to make suggestions in case.
Yes.
Yeah. That's a good thing. I like it. Jake, what did you and or Thomas learn tonight?
With 2 bodies.
Oh yeah.
I find it interesting that this guy lived so close to Gwen. I don't know if it was just happenstance or if it was by design, but I think we may find out eventually. We can't assume that we've got certain things. We need to start making sure we, as in me, need to state if we need to have something, we need to state that. Also, the fact that we have a direct tie-in with the realtor now, and the water, and the one guy, not the guy in the mental asylum.
you're talking about?
Rand or Brand?
Brand.
Yeah.
Oh, you're talking about Stuart Brand?
Yes. We've got a tie-in with him, even though it's a little funky on the spelling. As well as one of the gentlemen in the photograph. The fact that we're at his house now, and we've already come across, well, they've come across something extremely funky in the basement. We've come across some oddities upstairs. We definitely need to do some more research in the house. See if we can track some things down. See if there's more clues of what's going on.
Hey. I like it. Go with 2 experience, plus the 2 for the bribery. If you didn't use them otherwise. Mike.
I feel that we may finally be getting out of reactive and starting to be proactive to the evidence, which is good.
Yep.
So that things aren't just hitting us and we're just forging our way forward as they occur. Now we're starting to shape how we want the investigation to go towards our thinking.
Yeah.
The evidence is there. I think we'll find more. I think that we are also starting to see the fruits of our labor on a few seeds we've planted finally. We're starting to now produce. So I think that is really good. Game-wise, we definitely need to... equipment is noted and said we have it. We also may want to invest in some fake IDs at some point, at least for one of us, because this can spin out pretty fast. It is the 80s, so it's not as easy to verify any.
Rusty shadow.
It's not as easy to do that in the 80s to identify somebody's putting you on, but still, we could run.
Yeah. I like it. Go with 2 experience. And I'm definitely enjoying this. This has been a lot of fun.
Can I learn that new spell?
Oh, I did think of once. No, you still have a lot more time that you need to research on that one. I did think of one other thing that you could use that inspiration for.
Okay.
We have other players that may or may not be able to make it for next gaming session. Well, that inspiration could have been towards the idea of, I don't know, leaving a message saying, hey, we're going to be over here. So if they show up, they aren't, just showing up with their thumb up their butt for the gaming session. They could then end up showing up about the same time that you've opened up the door.
Okay.
Hey!
Right.
What's your swipe? Bullets!
I probably could have left that message if I had thought about it, because I left the message earlier for Mark's character.
Right.
I got stuff to experiment on.
Right, and Brett's character very well could be making it next gaming session. Mark's character could make it next gaming session. So, having something available for them to track down where the action is that doesn't get them killed.
We're no more players than what we had tonight. I really enjoyed tonight's session.
I think we made some good progress.
Yeah, I think so too.
This has been Dice Shrapnel. If you enjoyed this content, please consider hitting the like, share, or subscribe buttons.